What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to yet another edition of your show. All the love going out to 911 Turbo, the greatest German techno band in the history of German techno, for that amazing little intro that they hooked up for us. My name is Gary. I hope you're having the best Thursday of your life, and if not, we're here to help, man. That's what we do, as this still is the only show as far as we know, originating out of Saskatoon, going live 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, no matter what, including when this dumb idiot right here turns off the wrong light switch and turns off all the cameras, all the TVs, everything, with just one little flick. Hit the wrong one. And we have incredible producers here. The face that built the place, LB, in the house, and producer Brooklyn also in the house doing some training, and she just got her first test run with, oh shit, what do we do? Looks like she passed the flying carpets, so congratulations to you on your first challenge there, producer Brooklyn. We got to remember, too, this has come from a guy who went to make a coffee the other day and put the pot in, did all the stuff, turned it on, went and took a shower, came out, realized, oh, forgot to put a cup underneath it, and the whole cupboard was covered in coffee. When you get old, the brain starts to go, is the moral of that story. Luckily, we got one of the greatest cameras in the history of any camera to ever camera on the internet, including those ones. Get off of those, by the way, and get on to this one, because this is a great one. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Maggie Cam. Look at her. The belle of the ball right there, the apple of my eye, my sweet, beautiful princess. Every single show she gets cuter. It's unbelievable. The Maggie Cam, as always, proudly presented to you by our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Maggie's got a hubby. He works as a greeting dog as well over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. His name's Leroy. He's got a table right beside the door when you walk in. A bed. Oh boy, a bed right beside the door. You walk in, he doesn't yell at you. He'll give you a friendly bark saying, follow me. He'll walk you up to the till. You will meet Mike and or Rochelle. And from there, it just keeps getting better, man. I'm telling you. Whatever it is you're looking for. If you have a dog that may need that new raw food diet, they got fridges in the back full of everything you need to get that figured out. If your pet needs toys, they got walls full. Big, small, in between, durable, not as durable, all of those things waiting for you. All the tools you need to be a successful pet owner also there, including all the leashes and the collars, including the buckle-up ones. So sweet. I love these buckle-up collars and matching leashes. Treats every Tuesday on sale. Got about 1 million buckets of them all around the shop. Maggie loves to walk around like, she's shopping at the supermarket and testing the grapes and stuff. She'll test a little one here and there. And Mike and or Rochelle, two of the greatest human beings you'll ever meet, they don't mind. Say, oh, it's fine. Don't worry. Well, I'm trying to be like, Maggie, stop embarrassing us. But, that's what she does because she feels so at home there. This is what I'm talking. Hey, stop that licking. You're going to go sneezy right away. I don't want you sneezing on the camera. Good girl. Look at that. And count it down. 3, 2, 1. Right back. No, not to me, silly. Back to the dog. Oh, I'm waiting for the sneeze. Oh. Is she going to do it? You feeling sneezy from all those hairs that you just swallowed? Oh, okay. She's going to smile. All right. Toys, outfits, medicines, licenses, anything you need, beds, kennels, crates, it's all there. And if they don't have something, by the very small chance, they'll order it for you. They're incredible, incredible people. This is why we talk about them. This is why we open every show telling you how incredible our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street are, because they're truly the best in the biz at what they do. And if that's not enough, they're also open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. So I'm telling you, I don't just say this because, oh yeah, this or that, it's business. No. I'm saying this because we support really good people and really good businesses. That's who comes on board here. And a perfect example right there, the first one to get on board. So thank you to our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Good girl. She knew I was going to get her. All right. Welcome to your Thursday. We've got some fun stuff to get to today, and we're going to kick it off with our tradition around here. Every Thursday, we get to check in with a really, really cool dude. I call him the human monster energy drink. When he rolls up, everyone gets amped up, and life just gets not just better, but more awake. And with more proof, here we go. Take it. Thursday's back.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
is Matt. Hey, Ryman.
You're a
See,
poet,
Matt
don't
Young.
know it. I love it.
That's how we're doing it. How's it going, old friend?
Oh, you know, it's been fantastic. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I had a few days off over the last little while. I went up to Waskesiu Lake, did a little bit of fishing, and that was
Waskesiu
great.
so much.
Really nice out there. We had some great weather there as well. A couple of tea showers, but we can handle that. So that's been fantastic. It was hot. It was nice, and people were enjoying themselves. So it was great. The fishing was good, and
What'd you catch? Biggest one?
Okay, so they weren't real big, but we did caught a couple whitefish, so that was good.
Okay.
And fried those guys up. There you go. You're ready
Good
to rock.
eating right there, yeah.
By the way, the nice thing about fishing is like usually you catch something, but on the odd days you don't. It's just nice to be outside. That's what I love.
As a guy who never catches anything, I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I had a run where there'd be 6 people in the boat for a whole week, and everyone was catching everything. And for some reason, I didn't catch a damn thing.
Wow.
I think it's because the fishies know I feel bad for them. I'm one of those pusses that and if I catch anything, it's going right back. Even if it's like a big one, everyone's like, no. It's like, that's my fish, and he's living. I'm letting that guy go back. So maybe they know not to eat.
There you go.
My lure, but
who knows?
Either way.
But so that was fun. So back, and I'm actually going to be heading up to northern BC for a little while. Coming up here in a couple of weeks. But back in Saskatoon, and of course, pleasure to be back here.
Pleasure to have you
again.
Yes.
Love it. Of course, those Riders won. Big win over the beat. You know what? They're looking good. They're heading into the bye week right now.
Yeah.
But which they need because injuries, right?
Big time.
But I'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment because, we like to talk about video games, right?
Always.
We like to talk about local video games
Hell
and
yeah.
Saskatoon and video games and just Saskatoon because Saskatoon's the greatest city in the world. We're here
agree.
to report that to you today as a fact. There you go.
Well, look,
That's
even the
right.
dragons,
There you
dragons getting in on it.
There
Yeah,
you
it's true. It's true. All of it.
He knows. So
guy.
now, of course, everybody in Saskatchewan and in Saskatoon is a Rider fan. Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So now that we've declared that, guess what? We have a new game each year. Me and a whole bunch of other guys, we've all kind of worked on
It's a whole
this.
community, right?
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. A popular video game called Tecmo Super Bowl. Well,
one of the best of all time.
I got to give a shout out to my man, Tecmo Blue Man. You can follow him on Twitter. He has helped improve last year's version, and now the official 2025 Tecmo Super Bowl CFL version has dropped.
Woo!
And you can download it.
Yes.
And on your PC, and if you have one of those NES mini systems,
Oh, yeah.
there's a way to load it onto there too. I think we did an episode on that
think
once.
we did. We've done a lot.
You can load it onto there as well, and you can play Tecmo Super Bowl CFL style with updated rosters and everything like that. I want to show the website that it's on. It's called tecmobowl.org, and really, we're going to get it up on the screen. So if you type in Tecmo, we called it Tecmo Grey Cup because it's not quite the Super Bowl. It's the Grey Cup, which we think is better.
And it sounds just as good, by the way.
There you go. Exactly. And if you type in 2025, you'll find that it comes up right there, and you can download it right here on tecmobowl.org. You'll see a little button right there that says download file, and it'll come on there. And then you just need an emulator to play it. I use Nestopia, Nestopia.
Yeah.
Those are really, really easy to find. If you just search NES emulators, you'll find one, and it'll play no problem.
Awesome.
So now that we have it, let's get to the game
Thank you. That's what I'm
and
waiting
show
for.
everybody,
I wanna see this
what we
bad
got.
boy.
So right now we're gonna open this up, and you're gonna see it coming up on here.
Tecmo presents.
All right, Tecmo.
Dun-dun-dun-dun, and then the
There you
song.
go.
Are we gonna
There
get the
you
song?
go. There you go. Oh, I
Give me
think.
the song.
It should play.
Hold
It
on,
should
let's
play.
see.
Hold on. Let's see.
what we got.
Let's see what we got. Because Canadian Football League, founded in 1958. There you go.
There it is. Dun, 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 dun,
You
dun,
remember.
dun, 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 dun.
Love it,
Are you
man.
kidding me?
That's great.
Wait for it, then the dun.
Oh yeah.
Give him the finish.
And it's actually,
I
it's
got
really, really
goosebumps.
nice because they
That's
got what's really cool. They got like CFL players like
Ward Moon.
Remember Ward Moon? He played for Edmonton, right? And then you had
He's in this
Mervyn.
game on the Oilers, right?
Mervyn Fernandez
that's
for
happening.
the BC Lions, and
This
of
is
course, who could
amazing.
forget former Saskatchewan Rough Rider Bobby
Durison.
in
Yes,
Tecmo Bowl.
sir.
We got it. We got
Yes.
it. All right, so
This music has been so.
I
I
mean,
spent so many days playing
for
this
sure,
game,
for
bro.
sure, huge. And in the arcades, it's one of the most classic games like ever.
Oh.
Like when it comes to sports games, it's like NHL '94 and this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So now we got it here. Now,
shredding,
now show. I want to show everybody some of the new features
Let's
that are
see
in
it.
this.
Show
game.
this baby off.
So the first thing is Team Data will go down to Saskatchewan, and we have all the new
There
rosters
they
in
are.
there. So you got Trevor Harris, Jake Meyer, AJ Ouellette, Kean Schaefer-Baker, Kadeem Carey, Thomas Bertrand,
All my
Keyshawn
favorite
Johnson.
injured,
There you go.
injured wide receivers,
There you go.
KSB
So
and
there
Sean
you
Bain
go.
Jr.
Exactly.
I've been trying to get Sean Bain Jr. to come out in a full Bane outfit, like from
Oh,
Batman
really?
movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is our plan.
would
You
be
know,
great.
just like Bane voice. And, like,
Oh, man.
address the entire audience. Like, yes,
If we could pull
cheer
that
for
off,
me.
if we
How
could pull that
awesome
off, that
be?
would be cool. That
Like,
would
picture
be
this.
awesome.
He comes back from his injury here, whatever,
Yeah.
a couple more weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Full on mask, got the big coat on. Yes, acknowledge me, Saskatchewan. You know, like, I would love that.
love
Like,
it. I
all
love
in on
it.
it. So
I
Bane's
love it.
been
I
my
love
guy for a while since he
Bane's
got
in there.
here.
Bane's in there. We got all the guys. Mitch
amazing.
Picton
Look
and
at
all
that.
those guys. So, and of course we got like you can go to BC's roster and boo, beat them last week. So
Of
there
course.
you go.
Booing them
there
all.
you go. So that's that. And then we have now we
Oh,
also
hold
have,
on. CFL, NFL? Is that like a
Yeah,
crossover?
so what you can do
Get
is you can
outta
play
here.
a
No
CFL
way.
versus the NFL. Right?
Come
So
on,
you can
bro.
play, because it used to be All-Star game.
Yeah.
It used to be the Pro Bowl, AFC,
Exactly,
NFC
AFC,
in,
yeah.
in the NFL game.
Yeah.
Of course, now you got CFL, NFL. So we can find out who really is better, and I think we all know who that is. So yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. By the way, I want to say this. I'm just gonna say this.
Get
There's
it
all
out.
this like 51st state talk.
Oh, boy,
okay?
here we go.
And we never really talk politics.
No
out here.
politics, no religion,
we're
not
just-
allowed
'cause
here.
We're talking football.
Yeah.
You know what? If Canada ever joined the 51st state, the Saskatchewan Roughriders would probably be in the AFC West.
Yeah.
And I would say good luck to any NFL team who wants to come and beat Saskatchewan in January in Regina. Can you imagine the Kansas City Chiefs? Oh,
Man,
it'd be cool.
Mahomes
There
trying
you
to
go.
figure out how
Yeah,
to run around in minus
Let's
40.
see you
Yeah.
run over us then.
You know,
what I
that's
mean?
a
In minus
good
20 weather.
point. No one ever brings the environment into that.
That's right.
That little
I mean,
conversation.
It's like, they think you
Interesting.
can beat us
Yeah.
until you play a game in Saskatchewan in December. So
Look at ya.
good luck.
Yeah.
All playoffs go through Regina or Winnipeg at some point.
Yeah.
So boo. There we go. So now we can play a game, and one thing that's kind of neat is and I'll just put it on com versus com mode. We're
Yeah.
gonna put it on Saskatchewan.
The right
and,
team better
and
win.
we'll play Calgary,
Ugh,
and we're just gonna play this here. And the nice thing about what
Look
they've
how
done is
good that looks.
they've added a couple of new things. They've added some new plays, and they've added some new color schemes in that.
Sorry, it's just.
No, that's okay.
So many hours.
Right. Brett Lothar kicking
So
it off.
many
for
hours on this.
I mean, forever, right? And the music is cool too, right?
Oh.
So they've actually got they've added the music and all that sort of thing. They got the 20-yard end zones in there, so you'll get that. It's full CFL
Yes, the
football.
yards.
They've actually also changed the playbook, so they've got more CFL-style plays
Nice,
in
yes.
the playbook.
Oh,
And
hot
come on,
blitz,
get
hot
him! Get him! Oh, that could be a first down. Boo! So they've added some of that, and then and
Here's a
you'll-
question for you. When you're, good D. When you're playing with the boys, like if you're out just playing football,
yeah.
and you're set up as quarterback, do you ever, like my cadence always down, sit, hut, and keep going, and until everyone's like, come on,
Let's go! Let's
know,
go!
exactly
Let's
like
go!
all our
exactly
heroes
like
here, yeah.
this, yeah. By the
my
way, we
move.
just forced Calgary to punt. So
Oh, here
that's
comes
good.
Super Mario. Look how long that
Mario
field is,
Alford's
too.
gonna grab this.
You see how
Come on,
long
Alford.
that field is?
Oh, I know. Wow,
That's crazy.
I
That's the
mean,
CFL
That's
field.
the
That's
CFL,
what I'm
and it's got the
saying.
CFL logo right in the middle of it,
So
that sort of
cool,
thing. Now, of course, you can download different covers, right? There's. Oh, here we go. Come on, complete
too
that.
much
Oh, it's out
pressure.
of bounds.
Too much pressure.
You know what? There was too much pressure. Ratings are factored into the game as well, so they've got some ratings there. And we'll do a few
here goes
tweaks.
Thor.
and
Thor's getting
come
loose.
on,
Thor's
come
getting
on,
loose.
Ouellette.
There he is.
Oh, he just barely got it too.
Yeah.
He just barely
Nice
got
little
it too.
dive.
So there's that, and then also as we mentioned the plays, they've added a few new color schemes. Oh, come on, Olet. Come on, get out there.
It's looking good.
Another first down.
You know, here's another thing that I like to bring up during the 13th Melon, which is our live show during the games, is in this game, the Nigerian Nightmare. Remember Christian Okoye?
Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare.
He'd run like, his speed was like 50, but his breaking tackles was 100.
Oh,
so he would just go and it's just like this.
Guys would just bounce off of him. Yeah, I remember that.
And I've been saying if AJ Willett, if Thor was in this game, he'd be like the Nigerian Nightmare.
Absolutely be the Nigerian Nightmare, and he'd have the same ratings and that sort of thing.
Love it.
So they've added a bunch of new stuff. So if you can download this game, it's great. There's different. Here we go. Fumble! Come on, go! Yes!
Now we get our tutty. Oh, watch this. Watch, I love the sellies. Here he goes, Philippe Gagnon.
I love it.
Big jump, yeah.
6-0 for the good guys.
Extra point.
And then the extra point, if we can get that there.
Nice and easy.
Boom, shakalaka, 7-0.
I love this
There you
game.
go. That's how it's exactly going to go the next time the Riders play the Stamps. I bet you there'll be a fumble. See, Tech Mobile predicted that.
That's it. The future. The soothsayer that is.
So
Tech
there you go. There you go. So that's
so cool,
that's
man.
Tecmo Super Bowl for NES. So you can get it on an emulator. It's a fantastic fun time, and you'll be able to play your Saskatchewan Roughriders like you always wanted to. And you know what? If we don't win the Grey Cup in real life, we'll win it in this thing.
Hell yeah.
Next best
Ease
thing.
the pain a little bit. I'm with you on that one, bro. Great job.
Now, speaking of some sports, of course, we had the Riders going. How about the Saskatoon Berries, who continue to do well? I mean, they really do.
I'm at the point, Matt Young from
Field.
CTV, I am at the point now where I don't even want to talk about it because it's too good to be true. It's like if I do anything, I feel like we'll jinx this. It's an incredible run.
You know what? I think they have a legitimate shot to win the WCBL title, and I think that they're for sure going to get there, and I think they're going to win it. They've got to be the favorites by now. They are absolutely out pitching and out hitting everybody. Yeah. It's clean baseball. The games have been fun, and fans are getting into it. So, I mean, hey, look, Saskatoon has not won a baseball championship of this caliber. Oh man, you'd have to really think back. Like
you're my historian, man. You're the historian.
The Yellow Jackets for a little while, but they never won a championship.
We talked about this I think last week, like Yellow Jackets, Stallions, and all the way down. There's always been that team, and we've never had.
I don't think
that I can remember.
I'll try and research it for next week's show, but I don't think that they've won a championship at this level. But I'll check. But either way, you have a good chance of doing it this year.
Very good chance.
The Saskatchewan Rattlers, they're going as well at SaskTel Center, pulling in some good crowds.
Yes.
So get out there if you can for the Saskatchewan Rattlers, and of course the Saskatchewan Roughriders are on a bye week this week, so no 13th Melon this week.
No 13th Melon this week.
Okay, all right.
Back at it next week.
We're back at it next week. My score was a little off. Yeah. I thought it's not that I picked the Lions to win only because I thought the Riders did not have their starting quarterback. I thought Rourke would play and he would play well.
Yeah, and you did say that. And since Rourke didn't play, it was Masoli, so that sort of threw off your whole.
I known it'd be two backup quarterbacks, I probably would have picked the Riders.
And we didn't know until
still a Rider fan here, but
we didn't know until like right before too.
Right.
There's not much we can do.
The good news is I was able to text my buddy from BC and tell him, ha.
There it is.
We beat you there.
I like that.
So that's your local sports and video game roundup. We got her going.
I want to give you one more thing.
Yeah.
With the Berries.
Yes.
Apparently, and I can't confirm this, but apparently, not a single player on the roster leads the league in any stat, which means that the whole team is playing so good.
That's a sign.
There's not one person being like, "Hey, hop on my back." They're all doing it.
And when you got everybody firing, they don't all have to be on 100, but if everybody's at 80 or 90,
that's it.
It's pretty. And you got depth.
You're seeing what's happening.
You got guys who can come off the bench. So
that's a sign of a team that can go deep.
Oh, and they will go deep. Yeah. So keep an eye on the Berries because I absolutely think that they're going to win a championship this year.
It's my guy.
Yes.
CTV's Matt Young in the house every Thursday. Thank you so much, buddy, for giving us a couple minutes like you always do. It's always appreciated.
100%.
And looking forward to next week.
100%. We'll see you then.
Hit me.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah. There you go. CTV's Matt Young every Thursday. And how cool is that? Hey, the CFL Grey Cup simulator rolling right into the CFL, the Tecmo Super Bowl NFL, but CFL version. So much fun. Always great to check in with our good buddy, Matt Young. As the Thursday Thursday edition of Your Show continues. Slow down as you talk. I'm going to tell you about my buddy here because he's doing a lot of good things. And we're going to answer the question of why work with Mobley this summer, all right? Well, here's the thing. If you're looking to buy a home, he's got your back. You want more proof? Okay. Well, Mobley Rente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options, even if you're self-employed, even if you have non-traditional income, even if you face credit challenges. I had to double check. Like, yeah, no, that's definitely me right there. His services are completely free, and he's here for you from pre-approval to closing, and just like Buzz Lightyear and beyond. Nice, that worked good. Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he will always be here to help. Mobley Rente, right down there. Look at him. Look at that handsome guy, nailing it. Mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. That's our dude right there. All the love to my main man, Mobley. If you feel like your business, your organization, your charity, any events you have coming up that need to be heard in this beautiful city of ours, we got you covered, all right? It's real easy. All you got to do is just send us an email. We made sure it was so simple that you will remember it. And if not, we also gave it a catchy little theme song, and I'm going to sing it for you now. All right? You ready? Just send an email to contact@dufferinav.com. There it is. That is the email. This is the theme song. Try to spice it up. You know, it's just fun. So sing that one in your head all day. It'll be very catchy and very fun. Then you'll remember what email to send, all right? Get in touch with us. Website, coming in hot. There it is. Royal Anders made it. About to be updated. Got lots of new shows. Dufferinav.com. Check us out. And a little like that. And one more for you. Oh, air horn. Yeah. Love the air horn. We got a Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/DufferinAv Media. You can find us over there. Mondays, we do Gaming with Brooksy. Tuesdays is Brando and Gary Get Good at Games. Friday nights, we do Brando and Gary Get Good at Games with guests. As Final Fantasy VI continuing over there. A whole lot of fun as we're learning more and more about that greasy dude, Kefka. Yeah, not cool. I thought Sephiroth was like the biggest bad of Final Fantasy. No. Apparently Kefka's the guy. An argument for another day. Either way, check us out on the Twitch streams. As we say, see you later with that one. That was a good grab. All right, we're going to hop right back into this as a really cool story went on, be about a month or so ago, maybe more. The band The Cancer Bats, they were on tour through the States. And as they were staying in a hotel, someone stole their truck that also had their trailer with all their gear. It was like an international story, okay? People were talking about this. The band only missed one show, thanks to the kindness and generosity of others. It's a beautiful, amazing story that deserves a whole lot of spotlight. And we talked about it on part 2 of the latest episode of Uncle Grandma's Story Time. Sunday nights at 7 o'clock is when that one drops. I wanted to show this off because we talk about it all the time. If we're going to make this world a better place, we need to bring back compassion. We need to bring back respect. We need to bring back empathy. We have to start putting others before ourselves again because we live in a world where everyone's just like, no, I'm first. Me. That's all that you ever hear. People only care about themselves. So when you get stories that say, don't do it like that. Do it like this. We have to put a megaphone behind it and push it out there. And by the way, Uncle Grandma's Storytime has a mature content warning, so there might be some spicy language in here, but the message remains the same, and we're going to play it for you right now. This is the drummer, Alan Harding, from Black Mastiff and the Cancer Bats, hanging out with Uncle Grandma and yours truly. Let's go, producer Brooklyn.
And speaking of interesting band names, tell me how you ended up hooking up with the Cancer Bats guys.
Oh, yeah, interesting band name for sure.
Yeah.
That's such a funny name, man, because I'm so stoked to be in the band. I'll tell people, customers or people that don't know, and they're like, what's the band called? I'm like, Cancer Bat. They're like, oh, like cancer? Oh. Like, how did they come up with the name? I'm like, literally a disease and an animal.
Yeah.
Liam did a poll at this call center he worked at. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny because Cancer Bats and Black Mastiff have crossed paths many times over the years.
And shout out Black Mastiff. Fucking yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, I love playing with those dudes. It's been such a journey and we've just accomplished so many things I never imagined we would, because that was another band that's like, just for fun, we're not going to try.
Fuck yeah.
And it
We're
just
never
takes
going to
off.
spend money.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend our personal money. We don't, like
Yeah.
we're over this like grind, and it just ended up working out in a lot of different ways, and a lot of things haven't worked out. But one thing that did was touring with Cancer Bats, doing little 3-packs, because there's this guy in Alberta, John Kennedy, JFK they call him. He books like everything. He booked all our old shit. We used to be in heavier bands.
Yep.
And he's kind of the hardcore metal guy, and he always booked Cancer Bats. And just because he's our friend, he would be like, Black Mastiff, Cancer Bat.
Yep.
Fuck
Yep.
yeah.
On paper it might not make sense, but those shows were always awesome, just having that variety. Anyway, they thought also that Fat Sabbath, the alternative band, would be cool to do, and we did 2 weeks with them out west where they jumped in our van, because we're just a 3-piece, they're 4.
Yeah.
And we shared the van and did the west, and they had a backup drummer, Joel Johnson.
Yeah, shout out Joel from Red Deer.
Yeah, dude, such a great homie. You should interview that guy. He's doing lots of drum tech stuff for like some big act.
I saw he was on tour with you guys, right?
He was with Cancer Bats on that tour, which it's this like family.
Yeah.
It's like and I've been in the family with those dudes for a while,
Yeah.
And even back from like Passenger Action and Manine and the Toronto scene, and we were on New Damage, and they were on Distort, and they were on New Damage for record. Just like this. Oh, you're in that band. You guys are still around. You still play. Fuck yeah. Stop, man.
Yeah.
We did that tour, and Joel did the first half, and then we had like a month off, and we did another 2 weeks out east, like all of Ontario and Quebec. And we were in different vehicles on that one, but Mikey was playing drums, and it was just different. And I was just like, whoa, Mikey's sick. And at the end of that tour, I was partying a bit, and I was like throwing it out there. Like, if Joel can't make it, call me. Cause like Massive's done Sabbath tributes. Like, I worship Sabbath, Billboard. Like my favorite shit. Let me do it. Like, I would love fucking, we all get along. We're all homies.
Just put me in, coach.
That's it.
Yeah. And they're oh yeah, no, Joel can always do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry for asking, my bad.
Like, thanks, but yeah, probably not. And I was like, fuck, whatever.
If you didn't throw it out there, though, man.
Oh man, and then like maybe 2 months later, I just get a call out of the blue from Mike, the drummer in Cancer Bats, Mikey, and he's like, "Hey, dude, like, how you're talking about Fat Sabbath? Like, would you consider doing Cancer Bat?" And I was like, what? Like, I'd way rather do that, to be honest. Like, that's the real band, and like, I fucking love that stuff. And it's like, to be honest, easier to play.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
That plays into it, right?
Like, it's so coked out and random, and Mikey's just so thoughtful and clever, and it's like, it was in my wheelhouse, And I like, without hesitation, said
That's amazing.
Like, and then they sent me 21 songs, and I was like,
shit.
Holy fuck.
Here's 21 songs. This is our 45-minute set.
There you go.
Yeah, so like, long story, that's how it happened. And they were just like, we're going to Europe. We're going to meet you in Belgium. We got a day of rehearsal. And then we start in France at this outdoor festival with like crazy band.
That's nuts.
We're gonna do 3 shows with Converge, and like 5 with Hatebreed, and 4 with Walls of Jericho, and
come on.
Okay.
What? Yes. Okay. Yes. And then I had to grind to get it to where I felt like I need to be as good as Mikey.
Yeah.
And like, I want to show up, and for them to not
worry about you.
Single. I want to like play the first song in rehearsal with them, and them to be like, "Fuck,
yes,
yeah, dude," and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Thank you for
4
believing
hours a
in
day,
me,
man.
Yeah.
4 hours a day I put in until it was probably a month, and then I was like, I know the songs now.
Yeah.
I have them now. I just have to play it over and over and over till it feels like it's mine.
And like, there's that or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not justification.
Yeah.
but you feel that all the work has been put in once you step out onto that big stage with, say you're playing an opening slot, opening up for Converge. Then it's like, oh yeah, all that work was for today.
That's it.
And today, tomorrow's going to be even cooler. I got to get used to this. Like, that's got to be a wild feeling.
Yeah, I've had a little taste here and there, like Massive. We toured with Red Fang.
Right.
Played shows with the Sword, and we did a run with Dead Meadow, and we went down to the desert and recorded with John Garcia from Caius.
Right.
We played with Vistacino.
God,
we played some big,
that's crazy. Yeah,
cool fucking shows, and Passenger Action even bigger. Like,
yes,
we did some really cool shit. We did tour Europe.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I knew this would be different because we were playing a lot of festivals on the main stages, earlier in the day, kind of early evening, sun's kind of going down. Not first thing, and like giant crowds.
And you get people before they're completely broken.
What's that, sorry?
You catch everybody before they're completely hammered.
Oh, it didn't even matter in Europe. Like, you could play first and you'd be stoked. Like, the crowds were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And there's so many great bands. And I said to the dudes, I was like, holy shit, like, half of these festivals I just want to go to.
Exactly.
Never mind, like, get to play it. Like, I would just be so stoked to be coming here with my buddies and hanging out for the weekend. But getting to go to like 10 or 12 different ones.
Yeah.
Like a different one every weekend, or they'd be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday fest, and we'd hit the Thursday at one, the Friday at another, the Saturday. It was pretty wild, like all the way to Romania.
Like, I know how you feel, like being small town kid, going to all these concerts when I was a kid. There's a portion of me that is like, I wish I could be up on that sick kit. And like up on the riser, just like, yeah. But there was always something that attracted me to the road. And that was the 12 guys on the side of the stage with lanyards on, with drinks in their hands, broing down. There's 7 bands, and they're all standing there watching the band that they love.
Watching your buddies.
It was that made me want to go on the road. It was like, like,
I wish I'd planned this podcast better. I could have sent you some photos like Side Stage Converge or like Toxic Holocaust.
That's what I'm talking about.
Obituary or Suffocation, or like we played. The cool thing about the Bats too, we'd play brutal death metal festivals.
That's crazy. It's such a cross genre.
Like the hardcore punk fest.
Yeah, transcending.
They really flip in, and because of their reputation of their character and and their like crazy work ethic, they're adored everywhere they go. And to slip in and sit in on Mike's throne for that was just man, I felt like the most pure joy you could feel. And I would be thinking about that dude looking in the crowd and seeing a kid that's like 15 or 13 or whatever, just like in the pit moshing body. You can see the people. Yeah. And you see like the ones that are really going crazy. Yeah. And I was just like, that was me. Like, this is what I've been waiting for my whole fucking life
man.
for this, dude.
I'm playing for my 13-year-old self, which is that kid,
you know? Exactly. Oh, it was, and for everyone that's ever supported me or anything, like I didn't, it's not wasted on me.
Right.
And I think that's like part of the reason I got that gig, because those guys know.
Yeah.
But I get that feeling, dude, when I play it anywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly. But to get it to be in that position, it's just felt very fortunate.
Yeah.
And so thankful for those guys, man. Holy fuck, all the work they did. And for me to slip in there, it's like, it's dreamy.
Yeah.
It also puts into perspective how much work it takes to get there.
That's the big one, yeah.
And how far off Wather is from that.
Hey,
like
one step closer though.
That's it, man. Reps.
One step closer, but it's like anything, the more you know, the less you know. or the more work there you see, right?
100%. Like you
Yeah.
get to that next what you would consider another level, and there's another mountain up there.
Oh, and then you see like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Well, I could ride on this plateau.
yeah, I'm
It's a
fine
good
here for a
spot,
while.
But
man.
that's not to say like other things don't have that meaning as well. You
Yeah.
know? That
Well,
was just a treat.
I really wanted to bring up the recent, the
Adventure.
traveling woes,
The
I guess,
adventure.
because
You came off a nice
adventures.
one.
a lot of us
Yeah.
were paying attention all across the country. I can speak for pretty much everybody. But when you see your friends out in a position where it's like, oh no, like they're hooped. Like not only like you get a breakdown, but a break in, a theft, shit like that, just
Yeah.
sends everybody off the deep end. It's like what you want to help, but how can you help right now? And just kind of take us through what happened here on the last Cancer Bats tour.
Yeah, so they hit me up again for a second tour, which was just in the spring here, April and May. We were kind of out for like a month and a half, and we were on our fourth show of that whole month was like 34 shows for me because
Jeez.
we started early in Canada with Black Mastiff and Bat Sabbath and Pepla. Anyway, for Clay's 50th birthday, blah, blah, blah. We're on show number 4 of the American stuff.
Yeah.
And we're in Indianapolis, and it's 420. We have an awesome show.
Yeah.
April 20th. We roll out to the airport with our van and trailer. Brand new Hyatt, beautiful hotel. We were actually commenting that morning as we're walking down to get the van, like, the nicest hotel I've stayed in a long time. This is kind of crazy. We were sick. And then we come outside, and it's just shattered glass. Where the van and trailer were, like, they got the whole rig. And
the whole trailer.
And the van.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, everything. And luckily, like, those dudes are so cool. And they're like, okay, holy shit. Well, we better go in and we got some problems to solve here, guys. Let's go inside and talk to reception. Like, there was not one moment from those dudes of like
No
any
rage.
kind of
We're
negative
screwed.
freak out.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no "we're screwed" isn't in their vocabulary.
Yeah. It's another mountain.
They don't miss shows.
Yeah.
And there's a probably 4 examples I could think of on that tour where pretty much any band I've ever been in wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
And to go from that crazy Europe Sprinter van catering, like every night, like really glorious festival run playing with my favorite bands. Like, you know, most of those shows were 600 to 10,000 people.
Jeez.
This tour is a little smaller. He is Legend, also sick, and like I don't even care. I'm on the road with Cancer Bats. We're playing tunes I love. Those dudes are the best.
Yep.
And they're all like they're sober. 2 of them are totally sober.
Yep.
Jay has a couple of drinks. I have a couple of drinks here and there, but like it's a machine, man. It's like it's like the best. It's the most fun job ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
you
will work.
They're there to, you know, to make money and tour.
Yep.
And this is what they do for a living.
Professional.
You know? And they go, okay, we don't miss shows. We can't miss shows. We have to pay you. We have to pay, you know, like this is how we make money. First of all our merch is gone, dude. And they're like a merch banger band. They
absolutely
sell so much merch.
Yeah.
That probably the trailer's mostly merch or whatever. Right?
Well, like, and you know, I heard from like, funny because everyone's was very kind about it, and a couple people are like, "That's what you get. Leave your gear in the van."
Come on.
I'm not even joking.
Why would you even say? What are you gonna do? You're gonna haul it up into your hotel room?
I'm like,
that's a
first of
ridiculous
all,
thing to
it's
say.
Good luck.
A
Yeah.
little bit of gear in a van, dude. It's a 2-axle trailer built to the roof. Like we're
You need a whole room just for the gear.
Well, I unpack my drums every night and take them into the hotel. I'm like,
why?
That's cool.
Go
that's
right
like
ahead.
impossible for us, dude. And we don't stay in the city. We drive away from the city and stay somewhere else.
100%. That's
in between. Like every night, those guys are like a machine. We come off the stage, we tear our gear down, we load it out and pack it up before we're even out of our show clothes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like it's right off. Those guys are so pro. It was amazing.
Get it done so then you can go do the other stuff.
Yeah. They're, just to touch on like how serious that band is. But so yeah, we walk into the hotel and at reception we're like, hey guys, like what the hell? This has happened. Like, what do you call the cops? Do we call the cops? They go, oh, you should call the cops. And literally right then, Liam got a call from the police saying, we found your van.
Jeez.
And we're like, holy shit. So him and Jay go to get it, and me and Jackie, the guitar player, stay behind.
Yeah.
To talk to the cop that's on his way to see us.
Yeah.
And like, see the scene of the crime. Anyway, Jay and Liam get there's no trailer, and we got a smashed window. The ignition has a screwdriver in it, and catalytic converter is gone. Even
of course,
yeah, scrapped it after they left it.
They parked it discreetly at a car wash, and we're like, oh, okay, these dudes know what's up. They're pros.
Yeah,
like, this isn't their first like fluked out and stole a van full of gear. But the cops did say 3 truck and trailer, like work trailers, were stolen that night from that area. It's all hotels.
Wow.
So there's theories of like, oh, someone followed you from the venue, or I don't think so. I think it was kind of random personally, but
those guys run a system out of that area, probably.
Yeah. Looking for work stuff, mostly probably like tools.
Yeah.
Right.
Gear's harder, man,
and dangerous to sell.
That, especially when it like that shit blew up. We got interviewed by like Fox and CNN and like all the local news and stuff. There was like a sense of embarrassment.
Yeah.
In it from like the locals, and they were like pissed.
They don't want
like the people around us were way more upset because we're in it, man. There's that perspective of getting all robbed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I lost that snare, but you lost those 2 flying V's, dude. Oh,
yeah.
And like, we're here. Like, if you're on your car gets broken, you're like alone, and you're like maybe it's more intense.
Yes.
But the example those guys gave for me of like their attitude was, it didn't really, we were calm, and then the people around us were like, fuck this, we're gonna kill these. But we're like, well, we got to get to St. Louis tonight, so
because the reality is
getting the gear back.
You as much as other people can be pissed, like you're the one who still has to go play a show.
Do everything. Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Just be more pissed? Like, but
that's a beautiful moment. My boss and partner Blaine comes in, writes down on paper coffee.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice. See, I'm living the life all around.
That's it, man.
Heck yeah.
The pocket of life, dude.
So you guys ended up back on the road. I think I read something you'd after you got back on the road, something else happened too, right?
Well, first of all, we Jackie, the guitar player in Bats, the newer guitar player.
Yep.
He knew these dudes from the Indy 500 pit crew for Cadillac.
Nice.
What?
And they like fixed up. They got the wind. We got a window from a pick apart. And we got a new ignition from like a part source. And we got a catalytic converter too, but they couldn't get the catalytic converter on because it was so fucked.
Good, they
like
broke
it
off.
Whatever they did, I don't know how those attach really, but they couldn't get the new one on, so they straight piped it. And they did this weld. They did something, and later on, like it kept coming off. So it would just all of a sudden we're driving down the highway, and then just the loudest, like. If you've driven in a van with no catalytic converter, it's insane, dude.
I don't think I have.
It's like a monster truck. You know how they're like overwhelmingly loud?
Loud, yeah.
Holy fuck, that's crazy. You're like riding on top of that. You can't drive with it. You can't.
Yeah.
Earplugs, like it's crazy. Especially highway speed.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. So when that would happen, I just turned on the shredder.
Yeah.
When that happened, we'd have to pull over and solve it. We were like taking pop cans and cutting them up and like making patches, and we were just chasing our tail like for most of that tour. Like showing up for doors or, missing sound checks.
Yeah.
We got to a point where we were just like, we're not going to sound check anymore.
Yep.
Just do the show, we'll be there and we're going to rip.
Yep.
And it's 2 amps and a drum kit. We don't fuck around with tracks or, it's old school.
And all the old other bands have the same thing. You should be able to line check and move.
Oh, but no, the opening bands have all this technology now.
Oh, and everyone's using fly rigs and shit.
Oh, yeah, those like
just modulators, in-ears.
There's 3 bands that did the whole He Is Legend tour. It was like He Is Legend, Cancer Bats, and this band Strawberry Girls.
Okay.
And all of us were just amp bands, like you call it now, I guess. Like head and cab and drum, right? And then there's 2 different bands opened.
Oh, no.
And they like half the tour and then the second half. And they're like awesome people. They're both young and kind of green bands, but they all had that quad cortex called.
Yeah.
It's just they all plug into one thing.
Yep.
And then one person kind of controls it, and it's all programmed. Like instead of pressing a pedal, as the bass players like
it changes at
just automatically happens, and they're all in ears only. There's no amps or volume on stage.
Yeah, stage volume's just the cymbals and kick.
I don't care for it. I think if you're gonna do that, you have to have like a crew and a dedicated sound person that knows how to mix you.
There it is.
You are 100% correct. That is the only way you should do it.
I've seen bands where I'm like, holy fuck, this sounds crazy good. Almost too good.
Yep.
And, it makes sense in ways, but yeah, that...
if you have your own guy.
Where I was going with that, but we had to get gear too, man. We lost everything, right?
Yeah.
So we missed the one show, St. Louis, which was off package.
Okay.
It was our own, like on days off, we didn't take days off. We had our own shows.
Yep.
And we missed one of those.
Yep.
And we went to Sweetwater to shake hands with the devil.
Yeah.
Because being an independent music shop guy, Sweetwater's like mind-blowingly large and competitive online.
Yep.
And we went out there. The dudes knew a guy that managed the studio there, their recording studio, and he just hooked us up. We showed up and he just gave us all free gear. Brand new guitars off the walls and amps and shit, and then I got a drum kit out of the studio that they have there for when they do demos.
Wild.
And their demos are nuts. Like I met that guy that's in all the videos.
Yeah.
They were so generous, and they have a cafeteria there and a coffee shop, and they bought us breakfast and lunch and then food to go, and like, man, it was nuts.
It's incredible.
They hooked it up, and then we were just collecting merch every day. Like, okay, this shop's gonna have that shirt, and
I was gonna ask how you did that.
Probably had 7 designs on that tour, different designs, and so
replaced it kind of like city by city, where you knew you'd have to re-up on certain things.
Well, we were
could get it available.
Having it shipped here or there. We're going to this UPS outlet today, or we're going to this shop or this warehouse.
Shit.
Sometimes it wouldn't be ready, and we'd have to move on because we can't miss it. It was nuts. And then like there must have been a week left, maybe like 6 or 7 shows, and we got a call from the merch company that we originally got the merch from in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because they cross the border and buy the merch in the States.
Yeah. It's better to do that.
They're like, they found the merch.
No.
Yeah, we got the merch and the banners back, which was crazy. Because they had like I don't know what it would be, 40 feet by 20-foot festival banner.
Festival, like
full color, like beautiful from the Psychic Jailbreak album.
Yeah.
And they got that back.
Cool.
Which was awesome to see, and a couple of the smaller banners, and Liam lost a lot of Treadwell merch too, because he sells his brand on the side of the merch table. Kind of, he'll just bring a few kind of things. So we got that back, but I think we had like 4 or 5 shows when we actually got it back. So
wow,
this guy's got to re-up on merch.
Dude, see, all I can think about hearing all of this is it's such a statement on the band itself, hey? Yeah. Just we say it all the time here at this little network that we have about how do good things and they'll happen to you. I had every live show we do with that exact statement, and it's so true. Like, If you just go out there, treat others how you want to be treated, the universe gives back, man. It lets you know, and it's this perfect example of that happening over and over again.
Yeah, it was cool, man. People were generous and thoughtful, and the punk rock community is like it's incredible.
Family. Fucking
it's
family.
And you're like, oh, all people across Canada were watching, dude. People all over the world were watching that.
Oh, I know.
That's what blew my mind too. Like,
Yep.
because there was a GoFundMe that went up.
Yep.
And that was debated within the band too. Like, they didn't really want to do it, but we were in a position of like, maybe we'll just
ask.
We need something, we're kind of fucked here, and
what's the hurt in asking?
Livelihood, GoFundMes are helpful. I honestly think they should mostly be reserved for like people in desperate situations, like with their health,
Agreed,
or their homes.
Agreed.
Families and shit. That
actual reasons for it instead of
you're on the road and you're like, we're in a band, and it's like, this is our livelihood, though, man, and this is like, and people, the whole thing about it too. Thanks, Mike.
Coffee time. Hey.
You're lucky you're in Vancouver next to 1 million coffee shops.
Wait, no, Graham. You recognize this crazy son of a bitch?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How you doing?
We're the Pathological Liar. Graham played in Sparky.
Oh, hey,
holy shit. The Pathological Liar.
Long time.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
how's it going, buddy?
A real long time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good to see you too.
So handsome. Hey,
That's a whole nother interview right there.
Yeah, a whole other time.
Look at that. Beautiful.
There we go.
There it is. Uncle Grandma's
Now make sure the mics are on
story time. Can I hear? Yeah, I think I can hear him. Oh, yeah, I got me. Oh, he's not worried about that. I was about to bring on my man, co-host of so many shows, host of another show, the guy that built this whole place, the man that rolls in here and demands respect, the mind behind the 13th melon. Ladies and gentlemen, LB is in the house.
There
Producer Brooklyn, learning and achieving. I shouldn't have gave her those dry ribs, hey?
No, she's
getting distracted now, yeah. By the way, huge shout out again to Alan Harding, the amazing drummer from Black Mastiff and the Castor Bats, as he joined Uncle Grandma and I on Uncle Grandma Storytime. New episode every Sunday at 7 p.m. Part 3 will be coming up this Sunday. Looking very forward to that. LB, host of the 13th Melon, co-host of The Viewing Room, and so much more. 4-0, my friend. We started the show with our good buddy Matt Young from CTV talking about the team and how good they look. Your thoughts on where your Saskatchewan Roughriders are at right now as the bye week begins tonight.
We're 4-0.
All right, it's been a good talk. We'll see you later.
We're 4-0. The last time that happened was last year, and we saw how that went. We made it to a West Final last year, but it was a bit shaky in the middle of the season. And the last time before that was when we won the Grey Cup in 2013. So,
oh boy, he's feeling good.
Well,
wait, see, this is what I wanted, because as we were counting down the seconds of that fourth game of the season, you and Grandpa, both you guys, by the way, Grandpa co-host with us, the best dude, and you and Grandpa were both complaining the whole way, the entire way home, waiting for this game to be blown somehow by the Riders, and yet that fourth quarter has not bit them in the ass, bro.
It's a miracle. It really is. I mean, the Riders' fourth quarter curse is a very real thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so, I mean, yeah. I mean, we've pulled it out so far, and especially last week with a backup quarterback in.
A guy you love, his favorite QB of all time was slinging for the Riders, and he just couldn't believe how good he was.
My opinion of him has softened slightly, ever so slightly.
Interesting. Jake Meyer is who we're talking about, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
This guy wants my man, the tugboat, not the steamboat, the tugboat,
that reminds
to bring it in.
Got another nickname for him.
This
time it was from Locker of the Green Zone.
Hey, let's shout out to Locker. Hell yeah. What's he got?
Tommy Tsunami.
Ooh.
So we've got a competition between Tommy Tsunami and Tommy Tugboat.
But you can't do a sound for a tsunami, bro. Bless you, Mark.
You could do like a nickname. You could do like Tommy the Tugboat, Tommy the Tsunami Tugboat. Now That doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
No, man. I guess we can just call them both. I love doing the tugboat from the
That's true.
The Natural Disasters was one of the best damn tag teams in the history of wrestling. Okay, it was Earthquake and Typhoon. Those are the two guys. And Typhoon used to be a guy named Tugboat. Okay, and Earthquake, what's his name? Tenta, Dave Tenta. Earthquake used to be a bunch of other guys, and
But what it
their
would
music.
produce?
But
Tsunamis.
that's my one biggest fear. But Tugboat's theme song when it would come out was just a. So it's the perfect thing to play. Like if I'm running the Riders sounder in the stadium every time, all 100% of the times that he's ran on 3rd and short, I'd be hitting that thing right after.
Yeah.
It's a tugboat. So anyway, he's probably.
I'm going to get you a button for that.
That'd be good. He's probably my favorite rider right now.
Yeah.
I love that, the luxury that Coach Mace must have, knowing that if we get it within 1 yard, we're going. And you can do it until he fails, and he has yet to fail. Second down, he's failed, but third down, we're talking.
It essentially gives us an extra down, really.
Yeah.
Realistic.
It's such a good security blanket. I'm with you.
Because most teams,
1,000%.
like, you get into a short yardage situation, and it's probably 50-50, right?
Yeah. Well, for
like
sure.
you would think that it should be easy to just punch it through every time, but
If you want a comparable to this, as I like to go back to the NFL, the tush push that they call it, that the Philadelphia Eagles made famous. And it's worked so good, in fact, that they had a meeting with all the owners and said, guys, are we okay with allowing this? Which is such a gong show. Like, if you don't like it, stop it. Like, don't ban a formation because it works so good. Other teams have tried it. Other teams have tried a lot, and it doesn't work for other teams because they're not the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's sort of the luxury that you have as a Rider fan right now, which is very cool.
yeah.
So shout out to the Typhoon push, if you will.
But I
Tugboat.
mean, again, it's the Riders, and the fourth quarter curse also comes into the fourth quarter of the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at some point, we're going to lose. It's
Hey,
inevitable.
Grandpa predicted undefeated.
I love his optimism.
Yes,
but
I do too.
In a real world, you don't go 18-0. It just doesn't happen.
Impossible. Well, not impossible.
It's not impossible. It's happened, but it was like in the 60s. So
Yeah, pretty rare. Back when they only had 2 teams.
and
in
it,
CFL.
and really, I mean, at a certain point, to me, I'm fine with a couple losses because I mean, obviously, I want them to go undefeated, right?
Okay.
But you learn more from a loss than you do from a win, right?
As a guy who's lost his entire life, yeah.
Right.
I've
And
learned so much.
And so I think having a couple of those losses to keep you driving forward is if you get too cocky, it can really bite you in the ass.
And the real reality of the whole thing is none of it matters if you can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one because
Yeah.
every team's going to have injuries. So that'll all play out in an interesting sort of way. Producer Brooklyn, are you ready to wake up Frankie and get those fingers dancing? Let's do it, girl. Perfection. Nailed it.
Now, I forgot to tell you how to get out of Frankie's.
Ooh.
So,
Okay,
Remember
you
how?
you can go back there.
no.
You're gonna challenge her?
No.
Look, she looks nervous now. Don't make her nervous. All right. You pull it up the stream deck just to make sure. What a show. Thank you, as always, to CTV's Matt Young. Every Thursday, he stops by. We talk about retro games. Today, we talked about not Tecmo Super Bowl, CFL Grey Cup. So Tecmo Grey Cup, I guess, is what you call it. And we got a really cool idea that we're going to use and incorporate that into our 13th Melon, broadcasts. Each and every game that your Riders play, we'll be here hanging out with you, watching it and talking about it. So that'll be a lot of fun as everyone keeps talking. We need that CFL game. We need that CFL game. It's there, man. You can get it. Very cool. So thank
I
you
think we
to
have
him.
some ideas for incorporating that with 13th Melon, too.
I just said that. It's like he
Yeah.
doesn't listen.
Well,
Hey?
I didn't listen.
You know, he just never listens. Hey, producer
Didn't listen.
Brooklyn?
No,
It's
because I was
crazy.
texting her.
Of course.
Tell her how to get out of the show.
So excited. Boo. I thought you were going to test her. Ridiculous. As well, big thank you to Alan Harding, incredible drummer and incredible human being, as he joined Uncle Grandma and myself on Uncle Grandma's Story Time and told the story about the cancer bats. You heard it. It was national news. Their truck and their trailer get stolen. Only missed one show. Generous donations allowed them to finish that tour, and it's just so
Is
cool
that
when those
a
things
separate
happen.
one from when their van broke down and they had like some
Oh, yeah,
random
this
farmers
is-
drove it halfway across the country? For
No,
them?
that's a whole different. That's with our Kind of Kings. That's with Uncle Grandma's band. This is with Alan Harding's
Oh,
band.
okay,
It was
gotcha.
nuts. Like it was he was telling us he was on CNN, like Fox News, like all the
crazy.
big ones. Because it was just, it's so rare that people, experience the kindness of others, which is why we started this whole place, to remind people to do that. To producer Brooklyn, thank you, young lady, for passing again with flying carpets. Very well done. LB, thank you as always. You are my sweet prince, and you're keeping up the great work. Thank you for making sure this place keeps working. As Lord knows, I have no clue how to do any of this stuff. So that is fun. We'll be back tomorrow with a Friday Fun Table. Hardcore should be in the house. We'll have Uncle Brando and maybe some other guests. We'll see how that all goes because we love having fun, especially on Fridays. Until then, remember, karma's very real. Do good things and they'll happen to you. I promise you. Have a great Thursday.